China has so far stopped short of retaliating to that latest US salvo. So could you please talk me through the scenarios? What could happen next?
Well, China's problem is they can't retaliate to this latest move in kind because the Trump administration has just put forward an additional 10% tariff on $200 billion of Chinese exports to the United States. And the U.S. doesn't export $200 billion of goods to China. U.S. exports to China last year totaled $130 billion. So China doesn't have any room to do the mirror imaging that they did on the last round. They'll have to be more creative and look at slowing down deals, blocking market access, basically the kinds of things that Beijing is really doing already across multiple sectors. So it is, the scale of this move makes it hard for Beijing to do the type of immediate retaliation that we've seen with previous moves.
So what is the end goal here for President Trump, and is this approach really going to address some of the key concerns that he has about the US-China trading relationship?
That's the problem. There is no clear end game whereby this tariff approach pushes Beijing to address the policies that are of real concern to the U.S. economy. That's the Made in China 2025 program, the broad swath of policies whereby China is using state measures to gain market share, both within China and globally, at the expense of U.S. businesses. Those policies are much broader in scope. They're not directly tied to this kind of tit-for-tat tariff maneuvering. What the White House should really be doing is two things. First, rolling out policies that put the U.S. economy on a strong footing regardless of what China does, instead of basically taking the approach where both sides are holding a gun to one another's head. And secondly, working with allies who share our concerns about Made in China 2025 and similar policies. European nations, for example, are very concerned about market access in China. They're concerned about China's predatory technology acquisitions in their own nations. And we could be forming a united front to find more cooperative ways to address these problems in ways that create markets for U.S. businesses rather than closing them off. Unfortunately, this is a very dangerous road with no clear strategic end game, and somebody will take an off-ramp at some point, but it is too early to say who that will be or what it will look like.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.